All right, welcome back to the Landfill, where the real bros were the friends we made along the way.
Your hosts for today are Try and Tar.
Hey, I'm Tar.
And
That's
I'm Try.
me.
Yay! And for this week, we've got a very special segment for you, where I'm going to give Tar some stands from this JoJo RP that I hosted, and he's going to try to figure out just exactly what these stands do.
Oh boy, do you want to try giving us some background? Because this seems very obtuse.
Okay, yeah. Or we can just say it just works and go from there, but you wouldn't understand that meme. So, for some background, I don't know exactly how many years ago, I started up a JoJo roleplay with,
Let's do the check on the fantastic writing website called
Yeah.
Vietnamese Noodles.
Yeah, but I played a JoJo RP with Dizzy's sister, and it kind of went to the wayside, but she and I planned a bunch of stands that never got used, and that means we have perfect fodder for a fun little quiz. And
Yay!
who better to
see
take this
here.
quiz than someone who has never watched or consumed anything JoJo in their life? Tar!
Hey, you don't know that. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you should have just seen the look I was giving to my microphone.
Okay, December 3rd, 2016 is when this was posted.
Oof. Since you're there, do you want to read the overview?
Okay. Just how much? Do we just want to do the first two things?
Yeah. Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Roleplay. Summer will be forever. Man's desires will be his greatest strength and greatest weakness. In the town of Moraio, our lovely cast of characters become intertwined in a mystery, causing them to relive the same day endlessly. From day zero to the conclusion of the case, free reign of Moraio is given, and they are permitted to solve the case at their own pace. Whether they choose to goof off with their friends or put an end to this Groundhog Day scenario, the mysterious events that plague the town will get in their way. With the events of the day following a set timeline, it is up to the cast to learn what is causing this time loop, and put an end to it if they want to see the next day. With the powers gifted to them during a moment of great duress, these stand users will be the ones who shape the destiny of Moraio in this mystery SOL adventure. The roleplay takes place in an alternate timeline Moraio town on the day July 21st, 1978. Time will flow in an event-based system where the day ends once all the events finish, and while the players are free to not take part of these events, NPCs will ensure that the set events finish. As events finish, the time will be updated in-game, and these will give the players clues of where they need to be and when. The start of the roleplay will be on day 0 before the first time loop, and will serve as a chapter 0 where the characters live their average day. Once the case is solved, and if players wish to continue playing, a new part of the roleplay will be made, and it will set its own time and pace.
So if you could tell from anything, it was really overambitious, especially for a forum-based roleplay.
Hey, everything we do is overambitious.
Yeah, hey, rather overambitious than underambitious.
Hey, damn straight.
So, I've comprised a little quiz for you. As I was explaining to Tar beforehand, there's 29 NPC stands overall.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that just tells you how much planning we put into this. But either way, we're gonna cover half of them today, half of them next week, and we'll keep a tally. And if Tar can get at least 50% of them correct, he'll win an amazing prize, which I'll determine next week.
Oh boy, I wonder what my amazing prize is going to be. Because I'm totally going to own this competition. I'm probably not going to own this competition, but shh.
Anyways, I figure we can start off with an easier one if Tar can remember much from the first roleplay. like from the first day or
I
whatnot.
remember you only managed to introduce 2 NPCs, and we might have gotten to see what one of their stands does, but there wasn't enough detail in narration to really separate out what's important and what's not.
Okay, so that reminds me there's actually 30 stands because I never made a log of that second stand user. Well, because that was more out of necessity than it was.
Wait, which one did you miss, JoJo or Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the best stand. You know what? Snoop Dogg will be on next week's quiz. Okay. That'll be your warm-up question for next week.
Okay.
So your warm-up this week is the police stand user.
The police JoJo.
Yeah, the police stand user Ryohei Higashikata. He's a 47-year-old police officer who looks surprisingly young for his age.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna give you 4 questions, 4 possible answers, and you gotta figure out if it's A, B, C, or D. So A, dials 911 wherever you are. B, 5 SWAT dudes hunt down and target people, and then shoots them with their punches.
Shoots them with punches.
Yes. C, emits sirens that disorientate enemies before hitting them with a barrage of punches. Or D, shoots criminals in the back as they run away, then conveniently finds incriminating evidence on them.
Huh. Okay. Well, let's see here. Has the ability come up in...
Yes.
In RP. Okay, it has come up in RP. So... Let me just go ahead and thumb through here.
5, 4.
Oh fuck!
3,
damn it! You're putting
2.
me on a time limit.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've got 15 questions to get through in about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half. Okay.
So I mean, you can take your time. We can talk about things. I'm going to talk about more of the characters in general.
Right. Okay. So probably remind me what B was.
B was 5 SWAT dudes hunt down targets and shoot them with punches.
Okay. So probably not that one. We haven't had any punching going on here. Probably the first one.
So is your final answer A, dials 911 wherever you are?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Oh fuck.
It was B, 5 SWAT dudes hunt down targets and shoot them with punches. If you remember from one of his earlier posts in the Snoop Dogg arc, he does summon out 5 SWAT dudes.
Wait, I don't remember that.
I am pretty sure I had him. Summoning some SWAT dudes at some point.
Summoning SWAT dudes.
I don't know how well I would have explained that because.
Let's see here. So, Morning Sun, Slender Boy. Okay, that's just Snoop Dogg. That's the news. Okay, let's see here. Where are you, Tryford von Rothersbury the 8th? See, here's some phone calls which made me think that it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Paperwork. Commission with the conversation with the officer.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be further down. It's gonna be sometime after Snoop Dogg shows up.
Town Central Bay District, setting up Annabelle.
It should be one of the last posts.
One of the last posts. You said early on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the roleplay didn't last that long.
Okay, residential area. That's Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Huh. Anyway. Huh. Okay. I thought I had him summoning his SWAT dudes to try to. It was either that or maybe I planned that for my next post. That never got around to.
You probably planned that for your next post.
Yeah, I probably thought. Okay. I'll give you one. I'll give you half a point for that one, just because I said that I made a post that I didn't.
Okay.
So, fun fact about the police: The original concept came from a JoJo radio play I was trying to write a few years ago, and I just kind of transferred that skill over to here.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Also, Ryohei Higashikata is a since it's an alternate world, he's supposed to be like what would be Josuke's like dad or grandpa. I think it's specifically like Josuke's grandpa in an alternate world.
Oh, you said that his nickname was JoJo, and then we never figured out why. Do we want to divulge that information here?
Oh, it's because Higashikata like can be like read as like JoJo or something like that. But also I forget the exact reason why I had him getting the nickname JoJo. It's just been
It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It's been 2 years almost, so
yeah.
Anyways, next stand.
Okay, I guess I will say part of the joke is it was never going to be explained why he was called JoJo. It's just it was one of those it was making fun of the fact
there was going to be an explanation though. You told me explicitly.
I know I did. No, I did. See, this is what happens when you have a roleplay for too long. I did have a reason. I think I had a base reason, but I didn't have it like completely like fleshed out. And, yeah.
Jinx.
Yeah. Jinx, I can't talk for the rest of the podcast.
That's okay, Trybien von Rutherford the Ninth.
Yeah. Yep. That means you can't get the rest of the quiz and therefore you won't win your prize.
Okay. And that's it for the episode.
Okay, let's go down to number 2.
Number 2.
The second stand is Panic at the Disco. And the stand user is Kohaku Kawajiri, which is a play on one of the like not to go into spoilers, but he's related to the big bad in part 4.
Okay.
He's a man in his early 20s whose fiance died in a car crash a few months ago.
Okay.
We
had a car crash event.
Yeah.
That didn't actually mean anything, but you know.
Yeah. So here are your 4 answers. A. Funky hallucination causing tunes come out of what it touches. B. Turns things it touches into riot causing disco balls. C. Creates a viral strain that makes people go crazy. Or D. It's just it's just an edgy top hat.
Just an edgy top hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and what was the first one again?
The first one was funky hallucination causing tunes come out of whatever it touches.
Funky hallucination causing tunes come out of whatever it touches. We have riot-inducing disco balls, and we have a virus.
Mm-hmm.
Or we have just an edgy hat that does absolutely nothing, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's just a edgy top hat.
Edgy top hat. So probably not that one. Judging by that giggle, it's that one.
No, the D one, like
that
all the D's are
that was a joke. That was a joke suggestion.
Okay, so this format's taken off of Good Mythical Morning from like the Red and Link, and D is always a joke. There are very few times that D is actually an answer, but that's usually just like a trick question.
Okay.
D is always a joke, and I don't have that specific. I was planning on making a trick where D's actually answer.
No. Okay.
D's just my excuse to make a pun.
Okay. So it's not the edgy top hat. But
it might be.
I want to say it's the virus.
Nope, it's not the virus.
Which one is it?
Funky hallucination causing tunes come out of whatever it touches.
Damn.
I was actually quite proud of that one. Let's see. Next one up is a stand called Black Tide, which is named after a band that I was really into at the time that's since broken up, and their last album wasn't as good as some of their older stuff, which is a shame. And the band also sung the opening to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and that's how I found them.
Okay.
Anyways, the stand user is unnamed. He's just got question marks. It's either because he was just going to be unknown or we didn't think of a name in time at the time. But he's an unknown, nihilistic, suicidal edgelord.
Oh boy! So Blake. Blake Debray from Fate RP.
So if you want to know who this character is. Do you remember that weird edgy guy walking on the beach?
Yes. Who's
This is that
carrying
guy.
the anchor?
Yeah, it's this guy.
Oh, that was the guy.
That was the guy.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yep. Anyways, so here's your 4 possible stand abilities. A large tsunami that crashes into Morio when the user dies. B, a large tsunami that paints the town black when the user dies. C, when the user dies by drowning, the body of water he is in turns black and poisonous. Or D, forces people to take part in the Tide Pod Challenge.
Was the Tide Pod Challenge a thing back then?
No, it wasn't. This roleplay predates the Tide Pod Challenge. That's what makes it so funny.
Okay. I'm gonna go with D. No.
If you answer D, you have to do the Tide Pod Challenge.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, don't do it, please. Never do the Tide Pod Challenge. Ever.
So let's see here. Probably going to be either A or C. Let's go with A.
Hey, you're right! Ding, ding, ding!
Yay!
So, part of the idea was that, in the roleplay, one of the ways that the day could end early is if you don't stop him from committing suicide, it would destroy the town and the town would reset because of other things going on in the town. So that was one of the ways that the day could end too early is if you just didn't stop the suicide guy. So halfway through the day, I'd be like,
wait. Do you think Annabelle Stand could have hard countered that?
Oh, absolutely if she was prepared for it.
If she was prepared for it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty scary. I think that would cause it to trigger. Although
Yeah.
I think at that point it would be too late.
Yeah, because there's other it's not the fact that the town's destroyed. There's another factor in relation to the town being destroyed. And it's in relation to the tsunami that causes stuff to happen. So Annabelle might be able to survive through it, but I don't think it wouldn't stop the day from resetting.
Okay.
Which would make for some interesting situations where Annabelle's the only survivor, but yeah, so she could have extra knowledge about what happens, you know?
And then you have to interrogate the 5-year-old.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll go on to number 4.
Don't loot the lolly.
Yeah, never loot the lollies. Number 4 is, speaking of looting, a stand called Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, cool. This is going to be interesting.
This is Sleuth's stand, by the way. You can blame Sleuth for this one.
Thanks, Sleuth.
The stand user's name is Yuhiko Yukizuki, and she is the mayor's wife and self-proclaimed guardian of Morio, protecting it from filth and degradation.
Okay.
So here's your
Seems
four.
legitimate.
So here's your 4 possible answers. A, poisons people who look at porn. B, strangles people who look at porn. C, stabs people who look at porn. Or D, drags reader into porn and makes them experience it from the woman's perspective.
You know, all of these seem equally likely.
Yeah. I never said this was going to be an easy quiz.
I feel like it would be the most interesting if it were D, but somehow I don't feel like that's the answer.
Well, yeah, because obviously we wouldn't have actual sex in the role play.
Right.
I mean, especially imagine if the lolly was the
Annabelle.
one that. Yeah, imagine if Annabelle opened it up. We'd have problems right there.
Probably going to be strangulation.
That's wrong.
It was the stabbing, wasn't it?
Nope. I'll read you the full stand description because that really boils down. I really boiled this one down
Okay.
because
Full stand description, go.
Yeah, because Sleuth made more descriptive stands and generally better ones. So, Bare Naked Ladies is a giant blob of ink that can separate into infinitely small parts. These parts then infest porn magazines, and anyone who views them are hunted down by 2D versions of the people's characters. The size of the people/characters depend on how much ink was used, and more ink can join and enlarge the person or character. If the person/character touches their target, they become poisoned and will slowly die in an hour. The only way to cure the poison is to kill the stand user.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
So the next stand is an environmental stand. It doesn't really have a user at all. It's just something that can be found in the town. You'll see this sometimes in JoJo, especially in the later parts. Like especially like part
the
8.
sword that was its own stand, because apparently that's a thing.
Yeah, kind of. And then there's like part 8, which has like an entire alley that's just a stand.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyways, this stand is called Hello Goodbye. A. Kills anyone who says hello. B. Anytime someone says hello, user must respond with goodbye. C. Transports user to another world when they say hello to it. Or D. Nothing. It's just a Beatles song that plays on loop and gets very annoying.
Well, what kind of object is this stand?
It's a phone. So
Phone. Okay.
So it's like a pay phone, and anybody can pick it up and use it.
Okay. So either you say
It's specifically a phone booth, not just a payphone. It's a phone booth.
Phone booth. So anyone who says hello inside it can experience one of 3 things.
Yeah.
So it's either death, transportation, or you must say goodbye afterwards, right?
Yes.
Let's do teleportation.
Hey, that's right.
Yay!
So that's you're two for
2 for 4.
2 for 4. Well, 2 for 5 now.
2 for 5.
Yeah, that was the 5th one.
See, I fucked up the police. I fucked up porn, and which other one did I fuck up?
Was it?
I fucked up the disco one.
Yeah, you fucked up the disco. Let's see. Anyways, I'll read you the full description.
Okay.
A mysterious phone booth that rings when the user wants it to. Answering it and greeting the caller traps the victim into an alternate world filled with ringing phones. Escape is possible when the victim answers the phone saying goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really do anything.
It doesn't really do anything.
Annoyance.
Yeah. Well, it's also good. For example, remember the like during the Black Tide arc, you could potentially hide there while the town's being.
You could.
Yep. You could also use it to hide from any other like stand sort of problem.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here's another one I think has shown up in the roleplay, but I don't know if you've actually seen a stand. The stand may have done something, but I don't know if you're aware it did something.
Okay.
So the next stand is called Pharrell. And you know the guy who sings Happy? I'm happy. Okay. And he's known for his big funny hats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah. It's the hat shop owner. So here's your 4 possibilities. A, makes people happy. B, creates crazy hats. C, creates mind control hats. Or D, makes aliens wearing top hats pop out of people's chests.
Okay, so it's probably either A or B. Well, I don't think it's mind control. Because so far we've only seen the hats being worn by the hat shop owner, and why would he mind control himself?
That's a good point.
So, probably going to be A?
I'm so sorry, but it's B. Creates crazy hats.
Oh.
And I would give you A, but sometimes people just aren't happy with crazy hats.
I would be happy with crazy hats.
Yeah. See, I could give you A, but the Stan's ability isn't to make people happy. It's to make them, or give them crazy hats. And some people will be happy with it, some people won't, but it's not necessarily the Stan's ability to make said people happy.
Right. I'm assuming this is just one of those stands with no function.
Yeah, it just makes crazy hats.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Is there any way we could use the hats to solve problems, or is it just there?
You probably could look pretty snazzy with it. Maybe help you get into a fancy establishment.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Although I suppose nah, because the hats are separate objects from the stand itself.
Yeah, the hats are separate objects.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh, I guess in some ways it's kind of related to a character in part 4 who can make food, but the food actually has an ability of making everybody like whoever eats like super healthy. So it's like a worse version of that.
Well, let's see here. Well, Annabelle's stand turns anything that isn't a stand into things that are more appealing to young children. So maybe Annabelle could do something with it.
Yeah, oh, that's very true.
Maybe it can be comboed with other stands. Like probably not so much Simon because his is completely internal.
Mm-hmm.
Turns bodily fluids into liquid lead.
Oof, yeah. That's one of those ones. Anyway, let's move on to number 7.
Move on to number 7. So far I'm what, 2 for 6?
Yeah, 2 for 6. This is another sleuth one.
Oh boy.
And you might recognize this one.
Okay.
The stand's name is Hungry Like the Wolf.
Hey, this guy!
The stand user's name is Jono Oro, and he's a terrible cook with a terrible ego.
Oh.
So, at the point of the roleplay where you first meet me, he doesn't have a stand yet, so you don't have anything to worry about.
Oh, he didn't have his stand yet at this point? Or he just wasn't using it?
No, he didn't have a stand at that point.
Okay.
So, Jono Oro, his stand, Hungry Like the Wolf, can either A, turn customers into wolves, B, customers who eat there end up cannibalizing themselves, C, makes customers very hungry like a wolf, or D, turns the customers into a hodgepodge of furries in heat.
No, not the furries.
Yes, the furries.
Oh no, not the furries.
Oh, yes, the furries.
Anything but the furries.
It's too late, you're already becoming one of them.
Oh no! Ooh, what's this? Let's see here. So, B, cannibalizing themselves. Does that mean they only eat themselves, or does that mean they eat the other customers?
That means they eat themselves.
Okay. Let's see here. C was the customer's turn. No. That one's the insatiable appetite. A was turn into wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's probably C.
And that is incorrect. It's B.
Really? Okay.
Really? This is a sleuth stand. You've got to remember. Sleuth makes some very interesting stands. Unlike, I make pun stands. Sleuth makes interesting stands. That's what you got to remember.
I'm just thinking, like, in terms of practicality.
Yeah. I mean, this is the same person who made bare naked ladies.
Right. But I mean, like, I don't know.
Anyways, let me just read you the stand's description. Hungry Like the Wolf can disguise itself as a raiding establishment, but it is a restaurant, be it a restaurant or a food truck. When a target steps inside its territory, whenever they attempt to eat food, they will instead bite into their own flesh. Similarly, drinking any fluid will be replaced with the target's blood. Effectively, the target can no longer eat or drink until the stand is deactivated. Only the user can decide when the target eats from then on. Hungry Like the Wolf is impervious to harm. However, if the user leaves, it will be deactivated.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's easy to get rid of.
Yeah. So, now let's move on to number 8, another sleuth stand. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but it's Queen Search, or Queen Searche, or whatever. It's Queen Syrche.
I've never heard of Queen Shrike.
Queen Strike, yeah. User is Misato Kujiara, a kind and elderly kendo master who fears aging.
Okay.
So her stand's ability is either rapidly ages those it touches, B, rapidly restores user's youth, C, rapidly rewinds time, or D, makes you into a kendo overlord.
Well, I feel like it's not C. Otherwise, we'd have a story, because then we'd have a story breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Although I suppose then we can only go backwards.
Yeah.
So maybe it's this person who's causing the. Maybe it's this person who's causing the Groundhog Day effect.
That's possible. But is it? Maybe
in that case, it probably is C.
Unless if I just threw that in there to trick you.
Unless you threw that in there to trick me.
Or what if I'm saying that to double trick you?
Or what if you're saying that to double trick me? That feels like a me move, actually.
Yeah.
I am after the famed triple subversion.
Oh, you think it's that? You think it's bad yet?
Only the writers who truly mastered the dark arts can learn the famed triple subversion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's your answer, Tar?
So let's see here. So ages the opponents, de-ages her, or rewinds time. Let's go with. I'm gonna bite the hook. Rewinds time.
Oh! You only had to pick A or B because both of those were correct.
Oh!
You had a 1 in 4 chance of getting it wrong, and you bit the hook and you got it wrong. How's that for a triple subversion?
Actually.
How's that for a triple subversion?
Okay. Oh, I see how this works now.
Yeah.
If she has to keep aging people to restore her youth.
Yeah, that's essentially it.
That's a total sleuth stand.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't say I didn't get you though.
You did get me. I just wanted it to be true. I wanted her to be the mastermind.
I know that. The kind elderly kendo master to be the mastermind.
That would have been so good.
Probably better than what I had in mind.
Let's see. So I am now 2 for 7, right?
2 for 8.
2 for 8. Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I cannot. So 2 for 8. So that means I've fucked up 6, which means I can fuck up 1 more.
Well, if we're talking overall, because next week's score will be added to this one. So that means you basically
going overall. So
yeah, we're going overall. Add some tension there because people want to know next week if you can make up the difference.
Okay. Or if I can make up the difference right fucking now, you fucking scrub.
Oh snap! Okay, so number 9, Kids in America. And this is another one of those interesting stands that doesn't seem to have a user.
Okay.
So, A, extortion by turning victim into plastic. B, extortion by turning victim into kid. C, extortion by making kids feel guilty for offenses they may or may not have committed. Or D, literally all the kids in America hop into a boat, sail over to Japan, and beat the ever-loving shit out of you.
So, what form does this stand take? What form does this stand take?
If I were to tell you, it would spoil the
Given
answer.
away. What were B and C?
B is extortion by turning the victim into a kid. And C is extortion by making kids feel guilty for offenses they may or may not have committed.
Huh. What are we talking about by extortion here?
You have to pay money to deactivate it.
Oh.
Well, I mean, this one's not particularly extortion. It's more like you have to extort other people for the effect. Like you have to
pickpocket someone in order to get this.
It's more so that you have to you have to get someone else to give you money to be able to deactivate the stand.
Okay. Probably B.
Nope, it's A.
Damn.
I'll read the description for you. A box of action figures with a sticker reading only 500 yen. If purchased, the figures will begin to latch onto the target, slowly turning the target to plastic. It cannot be removed by force. The price tag will then increase to 30,000 yen, and unless they can sell it within 3 hours, Kids in America will turn them into a figure, trapping them in the box forever. If sold successfully, Kids in America will simply become a toy again.
Okay. That sounds like an SCP.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's a sleuth one too. You can tell because it actually has a Mahardy description.
Yeah.
Well, then again, this next one is my stand, and it's also, I think, it's either my stand or it was a combination of, it was one that we worked out together. The next stand is called Jesus Take the Wheel, and it's another one of those environmental stands. Like one that just kind of is part of the town. It's a weird object or something. Anyways, Jesus Take the Wheel is either A, a convenient car autopilot, B, makes vehicles spin out of control, C, taxi cab that takes peeps to heaven, or D, cab service ran by Jesus Christ himself. Which I would say is actually a pun, but Jesus Christ is literally in part 7, so I can't say much there.
You know, the Jesus taxi cab service is an actual SCP.
Really?
A joke SCP, but an SCP nonetheless.
That's something.
So let's see here. So what was the first one again?
Convenient car autopilot.
Convenient car autopilot.
Mm-hmm. I am so sorry for the sound of the garage door opening and closing.
I don't hear it.
Okay, well, it's going to pick up on the audio like it did last week.
It's probably going to pick up on the audio, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, no, it did last week.
Okay. Oh, well. So, makes cars spin out of control or takes people directly to heaven. I feel like it's not that one. Have we seen this stand in effect?
No.
I am going to say A.
Nope, it's C. Taxi cab that takes peeps straight to heaven. I'll read you the description. A mysterious taxi with the number 777 on the side. It has no driver, but if you go to the Murillo graveyard and pray for it, it'll appear and open its doors for you. The cab's purpose is to take people to heaven, in quotation marks, Once it begins driving, the car will lift off the ground and begin taking the passenger to heaven. If they remain in the cab, they will die. But hey, they'll at least be in heaven. The cab cannot be stopped, but it can be called back by someone else's prayer, during which a passenger can't escape. The bizarre cab has already begun causing mysterious disappearances around town, but perhaps it can also be used to banish things as well.
Okay.
So this stand is one of the ways that could be used to help maybe take down a bad guy or a big bad. Just call down the thing, shove it in there, or throw an item in there that needs to go away. And
now it's Jesus' problem.
Exactly.
Okay, so
yeah, okay.
What's my record now? 2 for 9?
2 for 10.
2 for 10. Holy shit.
You're sucking at this.
I am sucking at this.
Granted, I don't know how you're supposed to get most of these right. Anyway, let's go on to number 11.
Wait,
stand's name.
So I'm 2 for 8.
No, 2 for. Oh yeah, 2. Oh yeah, 2 right, 8 wrong.
2 right, 8 wrong. Yeah. Wait. 2 for 10. 2 8. 2 for 10. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a master of my linguistics.
Yep. Well, we're down to the final 5.
Final 5.
Okay, number 11 is OK Go. Stand user, Toshiro Yoto. He's a motorcycle gang leader who loves to pull off sweet tricks. So, Here are the 4 possible powers that this stand may have. And I think he's shown up into the roleplay. He's one controlled by Sloof.
So your motorcycle gang? No, because we had the 2 expensive cars crash into each other, and that's about it.
Okay.
And we had the food truck owner.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember as that, but well. Anyways, A, speeds up anything it touches. B, force stop things to start moving. Forces stopped things to start moving. There we go. Control anyone who says okay to the user. Or D, summons treadmills that compel people to exercise on them.
What was A?
A is speed up anything it touches.
Speed up anything it touches. Okay. And B was make stationary objects start moving, right?
Yeah, you have to force the stationary objects to start moving.
Okay. I feel like B would be the most interesting. Let's see here. I don't think you'd do another one that causes that evokes vocals.
Well, I mean, you don't know the order that these were created in. I kind of just randomly chose some, so.
Oh, that's true. But I still don't think you'd do. Well, maybe. I want to say A.
And hey, you're right.
Yay!
3 right. Woohoo!
3 right.
You only have to get 12 more correct by the end of next episode to win your prize.
3 right. I have to get 11. I have to get 12 more right.
Yeah, you have to get 15 out of 30
15
right.
15 out of 29.
Well, it's going to be 30 because of Snoop Dogg, and you kind of already know Snoop Dogg's answer, so.
Well, at least it's going to be. At least we might be able to pick and choose. Although Snoop Dogg's done quite a bit, so.
Yeah, you should be able to tell Snoop Dogg's on the warm up around next week.
Okay.
Anyways, I'll read you OK Go's ability. Has the ability to create speed up whenever it hits. Be it a motorcycle or speeding up paint until it dries. The rapid acceleration can be used as a form of attack, wearing down the target with uncontrollable speed or forcing the target to wear themselves out.
Oh, so it can make you, like, sprint against your will?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Another interesting thing is that he likes to use the stand with his tricks. Like, he'll use the stand to help him with his tricks.
Yeah.
So like speeding up his things or whatnot. I don't know. This is sleuth territory here.
Oh no, we've got another sleuth stand?
Well, no, the next one's mine, and you can tell it's mine because the stand's name is One OK Rock, which is like my favorite J-Rock band. And you can also tell by because the user's name is Mugiyoto.
Mugiyoto?
The stand user's Mugiyoto.
Okay.
Did you watch? Did you watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Wait. Oh, Mugi. Fuck off, Try. I thought that was just his first name.
Yeah. No, this character's name. His first name is Mugi. Last name's Yoto instead of Yugimoto.
Fuck off.
Anyways, he's an elementary school kid bullied by his older brother. So yes.
Oh boy.
So this is
Annabelle's gonna make a friend.
Yeah. So this is the previous character's younger brother.
Okay.
Okay. So he also has OK in his name. The OK Bros. So as I said, the stand's name is One OK Rock, and its ability is either turns people that say OK into rock. B, a lucky rock that makes people very agreeable. B, a giant rock that traps people under it. Or D, a plain-ass rock that is perfectly acceptable.
Definitely D.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
Poor schmuck. No.
Hey, that is One OK Rock you have right there.
That is certainly One OK Rock. It's average.
Yeah, it's just okay. It's perfectly average, perfectly plain.
Perfectly plain. See here. So, if you say okay, you turn to stone. It makes you agreeable. What was C again?
It traps you under a giant rock.
Traps you under a giant rock.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say B.
And that is incorrect. It is C.
Fuck.
And for the record, that rock is in an OK sign. It is a sign. It is a giant rock in the shape of a hand with an OK sign, and you are trapped under it until Mugiyoto says OK.
Okay.
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 Yep. Now we've got 3 left. We're ending on my favorite stand too.
Oh boy.
So number 13 is a stand called Brick in the Wall. Well, Brick in the Wall, which is another sleuth stand. The user's a hikikomori girl who suffers a condition that makes her forget people's faces.
Okay.
So Brick in the Wall's power is either A, allows the user to merge with brick walls in order to hide. B, causes the target to be unable to distinguish living beings from one another. C, able to attach and detach any part of her body as if it was a brick and she is the wall. Or D, summons a brick from a nearby wall so the user can club her opponent with it.
You know, all of these seem equally likely. Although I don't think it would really make much sense for it to be D because she wouldn't. Well, she could probably tell by clothing.
I mean, if it was D, why not just bring a brick along with you? Why need to summon it from the closest wall?
Because JoJo, okay?
You know what? I can't argue with that logic. This is my stand, Brick in the Wall. It summons a brick from the closest wall of bricks nearby, and I use it to clobber my enemies in half.
So let's see here. So, she can detach body parts, makes her opponents unable to distinguish features, or causes her to merge with brick walls. I feel like it's either A or B.
Mm-hmm.
I did those backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's B. Something tells me it's actually A. But if I went with A, then it's probably going to be B.
You know how this works. Maybe try to think to logic this one out. What would make sense for the stand to be?
B makes the most sense to me.
Okay, so is that your final answer?
Yes, let's go with B.
Well, good, because it is B.
Hey!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, it's literally her stand's description is causes the target to be unable to distinguish living beings from one another, instead seeing and hearing them all as nondescript black boxes.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty spoopy.
That is kind of spoopy.
So the next stand user is a friend of our previous person, the Hikikomori girl.
Okay.
And the stand is called Letter Bomb. User, Tasha Takahashi, a wannabe novelist who is frustrated that she cannot get published.
Okay. And what was this? What was this stand called again?
Letter Bomb.
Letter Bomb. Okay.
It can either A, anything written in a letter will come to life when opened. B, when the target opens a letter, it explodes. C, when the target opens a letter, demons come out and kill the person. Or D, sexy postman who gets with all the moms on his route. Because his
Definitely D.
Because
Definitely
his letters.
D.
Because as all the moms on the route would say, his letters are the bomb.
Hey. Let's go with A.
And that's correct.
A.
Hey, that's you're 4 for 14.
4 for 14. Damn, we're already down to the last one.
Yeah.
Well, this is gonna be a quick podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're 40 minutes in, and we'll do some like last thoughts and stuff too before we go. Because I mean, we've been recording for almost like an hour.
I forget what A was, but I just guessed it.
Yeah. A is anything in the letter will come to life when opened.
Okay.
Yep. So the description is taking the form of a friendly and polite postman. Letter Bomb delivers its user's letter to its target. Well, delivers its user's letters to its targets, and will find them unerringly. Whatever is written in the letter will appear upon being opened, such as a swarm of bees or a stick of dynamite. The only limitation is that the object must exist in reality, meaning that the user cannot write an invincible demon that can kill the enemy instantly. Letter Bomb is, however, impartial. If given the order to return to the sender, it will indeed return the sent letter to its user.
Oh, so you have to guess if it's gonna be so. As long as you know of the stand's existence, you have to guess if the girl is trying to hurt you or help you.
Yeah. Essentially.
Guess before opening.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Anyways, let's move on to the final one.
Last one, and you said this one was your favorite, right?
It's my favorite one. I'm ashamed I haven't been able to use it because this one would have been a lot of fun to use. So
any one of my characters specifically.
Any character specifically.
Any character.
This is a fun roleplay stand. This is a stand designed to be fun for a roleplay.
Okay.
So the stand's name is Eminem.
Okay.
And the user is Eugene Darby.
Just based on the name, it sounds like it combos well with Annabelle's stand.
So the stand user is Eugene Darby. So you already know that this is like anybody who's watched Part 3 knows that there's a game that's involved because the Darby brothers in Part 3 are gamblers and a video gamer. So we already know there's some sort of game going to happen here.
Okay.
And the sort of game that this person likes is the Gentleman's Quarrel. In fact, he's a professional at the Gentleman's Quarrel.
What is the Gentleman's Quarrel?
Do you know what the Do you know what the Gentleman's Quarrel is?
I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
It's playing back into the name Eminem. It's essentially you're dissing each other back and forth until the other person taps out.
Ah. Okay.
Because Eminem can be pretty good at that sort of shtick.
The only rapper that Eminem was too scared to diss.
Anyways,
insert picture of Annabelle.
So,
wearing one of those candy necklaces.
Anyways, in service to the game structure, obviously the stand's power activates when the person loses. So if the person loses the the gentleman's quarrel, one of four things will happen. Either the loser must do whatever the winner says. B, the loser must wear an embarrassing outfit of the winner's choice. C, the loser loses their soul. Or D, the loser becomes a bag of M&Ms.
Feel like loser must do whatever the winner says.
And you are so incorrect.
Fuck.
In fact, if you lose the gentleman's quarrel, you must, in fact, wear an embarrassing outfit of the winner's choice.
Damn.
Which I think is a perfect punishment for a roleplay because it just gives more excuses to draw to have images of of characters in embarrassing outfits.
Poor Annabelle.
I feel like Annabelle could beat him in a gentleman's quarrel.
You think?
I think.
This sweet little girl?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because she's so sweet.
You think she's hiding something in there?
Well, she's so sweet you don't expect it coming. It hurts. It hurts so much more when it's coming from such a sweet girl.
Oh. You do realize she's got to play with the 5-year-old insults, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'll leave it. So that's number 15. We'll do the next 15 next week. What'd we say you were
So let's see. So I got 3 right? Or
I thought
4?
you got 4. Yeah, you got 4 out of 15.
4 out of 15. Okay. So
yeah,
I have to rack up 11 more points next week.
Yeah.
But we said that one of them was practically a given, right?
Yeah. I mean, do you want to guess what Snoop Dogg's power is just off the I'll give you the point if you can get it right now, but I won't take away points for next week.
So let's see here. What were all of Snoop Dogg's gimmicks? He spies on women. He has his telescope. There was the flash of light. He somehow avoids everyone. He comes in contact. He somehow avoids contact with everyone, like physical contact. Is there anything I'm missing?
I think that, granted, I don't actually have Snoop Dogg written down on here, so I don't have the actual verbiage of what his power is.
Oh wait. He has his sketchbook where he draws women. I couldn't guess for the life of me at the moment.
Okay, I'll just have to give you the thing for next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I hope something that this week has helped you realize is that, typically speaking, the name has something to do with the power, at the very least.
I'm glad that my stand names are on the nose at this point.
Yeah. If you can tell, my names tend to be a lot more on the nose and a lot more puns, where Sleuth's names tend to not be as much.
I can kind of see where it...
I feel like Sleuth's names are, her names are better stand names in terms of what the stands are in JoJo, where the stands tend to fit more about what the song actually means, or the relationship of the artist and their life. Where my name's literally take the most obvious joke route you can with the stand name. I mean, of all the things I could have done for one OK rock, I mean, it literally made a rock that has an OK sign. Which doesn't...
hey, Annabelle's stand that turns most things into candy is called Sweet Emotion.
But the reason why the band...
and it activates when she experiences significant distress, fear, sadness, etc.
Yeah, but, it's not even that good of a pun, because the reason why the band's called One OK Rock is because they would practice... the only time they could get to practice was at 1 o'clock in the morning, and when a Japanese the thing is when a Japanese person says 1 o'clock, it sounds more like 1 o'clock. And this is coming from the band members themselves, so they just took that and they made it One OK Rock. they made a pun out of how the Japanese have trouble saying the L's.
Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. Hey, they are one okay rock band for all I'm concerned.
Hey!
And that's
it
the
for
Spin Bros in a
podcast.
landfill. See you next week where we got 15 more stands to butter you up with. My name's Try.
And I am Tar, and I can't believe it's not butter.